This is a little tough love for all of my magical, beautiful beings. Just because you're an empath and picking up on a certain energy or emotion in the field doesn't mean that you are necessarily picking up on the correct emotion or energy in the field. Now, I feel like these few things are definitely some of the most important things for empaths to know, and there really should be like a guidebook for empaths. There should be like a whole organized list of things to be aware of. I feel like if you're an empath, just like a little cosmic divine guidebook. Not any rules or anything, but just hey, you may want to know this if you are able to pick up on and feel into other people's energies and things that have been present in the field, perhaps even previously or during or after or are going to be in the field, then you should know these things. And also these things would be really helpful for you to know so that you can better navigate and move through your magical divine life. Can we make that? Maybe I'll make that. I'm basically making that. And welcome back to another video. As always, it's such an honor to connect with you. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Heather, also known as Activation Vibration. And okay, let's just get right into it because I feel like this is just we should have been knowing this, okay? We should have been given this information, or just I guess we kind of intuitively know it. We do end up figuring it out. And after lifetimes of having to do so myself, here is the information. And yes, we're still learning, but this is helpful to know. So to clarify what I initially mentioned, that just because you're picking up on a certain energy or emotion doesn't mean that it's necessarily the right one in that situation. So emotions are connected to their own collective consciousness, meaning that when you feel an emotion or you feel into an emotion, it actually opens you up to a realm of collective emotional feeling. A spectrum of emotional feeling, especially when you are an empath and able to feel into the spectrums of energy and emotion that exists within the multitude, the different layers of a compacted existence. People are like, I don't know, I'm not picking up on it. I'm not really feeling anything. And you're like, what? How can you not feel that this person is feeling this? While it is a gift and it is an ability to pick up on very real, tangible emotions, it also does open you up to accessing a realm of that emotion. So it can expose you to emotions that are not even necessarily your own or present within the situation. So it is important as an empath to allow yourself to feel and receive things, but to also let them go, not to hold on to any specific thing. Let it go, and if it continues to be present in the field and to move through, then you can address it, and then you can clarify its actuality, its tangibility, its realness, and its truth within a certain situation. Not just acting on the emotions and the energies that you feel right when you feel them. I feel like patience is one of the most important keys of mastery for empaths, because once you are patient and allow yourself to receive multiple forms of confirmation and information, then you can move forward with a clarified knowing. Another thing that is so important as an empath is to know how to set boundaries, to be clear and to be empowered in your own knowing of your worthiness of having boundaries, the importance of having boundaries, the necessity to have boundaries. And I can clarify all three of those things for you right now, where it's okay, your worthiness to have boundaries. It is a part of spiritual hygiene to not give everyone access to your energy and your time always. Everyone deserves their own space, their own energy, their own presence, their own connection. So knowing that you are worthy of having these anchored boundaries. Also, knowing the importance for you to actually be able to live your purpose and to clarify your gifts and to be able to actually use your gifts. It is important for you to have boundaries so you have the energy and the time and the clarity to properly do so. It's also a necessity to have boundaries, because if you don't, then you won't have the energy to even live your life. It's necessary to also be able to discern the truth of what you're receiving by having boundaries. So know how to speak your truth and say, oh, that doesn't resonate for me. Having boundaries doesn't always have to be this intense, rude, or separative situation. It can actually be a clarifying moment where it's oh, that doesn't resonate with me, or that doesn't feel good for me, or ooh, that's getting a little off from me. And just having boundaries that are so clear within you that you have no problem expressing and more so just informing others, where it's like, oh, that doesn't work for me. That's a boundary for me. Cool, let's move forward. It also gives people the permission and the empowerment, the clarity, the knowing, the safeness to also speak their boundaries and to clarify their own truth, because you've made it a safe space to do so. So really, having boundaries and clarifying things is such a beautiful thing for everyone. Everyone benefits from it. Another thing that is so important as an empath is to know how to clear your energy and your field, to know what works best for you. Personally, I love tuning into different elements, and it's not always one specific element that is best for me. Sometimes it's all of them. Often it is all of them, where I will often use fire, flame, in the form of smoke by saging, or lighting a candle, or going to a fire and purifying with fire. Sometimes, often, it is water. I'll just chug water afterwards, or I will anoint myself with some water, or I will take a bath, or I will do something that allows for me to submerge myself and to be cleansed by water. I'll even just wash my hair, because I don't wash my hair every single day. I mean, who even washes their hair every single day anymore? And by showering intentionally and washing my hair with that intention, it's like a little baptism for me, as I'm doing something that's just natural. It may be wind in some way, or grounding in the earth. Maybe you submerge yourself in soil when you want to cleanse and you want to purify your energy. It's doing something that allows for you to fully get back into your body, to release and relax. And in that space, maybe it is also that you declare, I am cleansed and cleared of anyone else's energy, any energy that does not benefit me, support me, and align me to the highest frequency is not in my field. I am connected to the most divine frequency of light, and so it is. Maybe it's something just casual that you announce and declare to your reality once you are connecting with that. Have some certain practice that allows for you to, maybe it's just a few snaps, maybe it's just a cleansing, maybe it's tapping, maybe it's taking a feather and cleansing you. Maybe it's something different every time, but know that as an empath, it is necessary, extra necessary, especially if you're an empath who's also a healer, to cleanse your energy, to clear your field, and not that anything's dirty or it's better. Just no, refresh. If you're bringing through a lot of energy and transmitting a lot of energy, then you want to also clear and cleanse and purify your energy. And this is what keeps your channel clear. And the last thing I feel like is so important and necessary for empaths to know, that I feel like should be a part of the guidebook. Really, there are so many other things I want to include in this guidebook, so to be continued. But for now, I'm gonna give you this. As an empath, extra time may be necessary for you to process, for you to actually be able to digest and to allocate properly the experiences that you have, the emotions that run through you, the people that you interact with. In order to actually process, it may be necessary and extremely helpful for you to take time, maybe by yourself, in isolation, maybe doing certain things, certain activities that refuel you and recharge you. Giving yourself that permission to be like, oh, no, having JOMO, like the joy of missing out, like, I can't make it, bro. Like, I need time to process, or I need extra time to sleep or to rest or to do something on my own. Being empowered in honoring that for yourself. This will also keep your channel clear. This will keep your energy vital. This will keep your field clear and concise, so that you continue to bring through the right information and to again take action accordingly. These things are really how you maintain alignment as an empath. So I hope that they're helpful for you. I would love to hear any of your own in the comments. Share them with our cosmic family here. As always, I'm so grateful to connect with you. Infinite blessings always. Namaste.